Hello students, good morning. We shall study today class 6 history. Chapter name is Vedic period. As the term Vedic means the period in which all the 4 Vedas were composed during this period. This is so called Vedic period. The Vedic period is divided into 2 parts, early Vedic period and later Vedic period. First early Vedic period from 1500 BC to 1000 BC, during which we see that Rig Veda was composed. It was the oldest Veda of India. It is the earliest book of India. It has been given the status of World Heritage by UNESCO. Now you see later Vedic period from 1000 BC to 600 BC, during which the 3 Vedas, Samved, Yajurved, Atharvaved were composed. Now we shall discuss the early Vedic period. What was the position of early Vedic period in political life, in social life, in economic life and religious life. First, we shall discuss the political life of people during early Vedic period. The society was divided into tribes called janas, and the king was powerful. The king was used to be the head of the tribe. They take taxes but not compulsory. The people gave him tax called Bali. It was not a compulsory tax to give. All people used to give voluntarily donation to the king to run the society. There were 2 tribal societies, assemblies called Sabha and Samiti. People who were adult, wise and intelligent used to be the member of Sabha, in which women were also allowed to participate. And we have instances of women like Gargi, that very intelligent, and they also composed hymns in Rig Vedic period. And Samiti, the next tribal assembly was, which helped the king in military campaigns. Now we shall discuss social life of the early Vedic period. The society was divided into 4 castes: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. The main 4 castes were dominating in the society. Family was the smallest unit. It was called Kula. And the eldest male member was Grihpati, the leader of the head of the family. And in society, Brahmans had great influence. They used to work of prayer. They were priests, purohits, and they have influence over the king also. And Kshatriya were warrior groups. They protect the society from invasion. Vaishyas were the merchants, traders who do trading work inside and outside of the society. And Shudras were the lowest position of the society. They do all the managerial jobs, means they serve the 3 upper castes like Brahman, Kshatriya and Vaishya. Now we shall discuss economic life of the early Vedic period. Agriculture was the main occupation of the people. They also do cattle rearing. Cattle like cows, bulls, oxen, and horses were domesticated. Villages had craftsmen, and craftsmen such as potters, weavers, ironsmiths were the persons who were very helpful in the economic life of the people. Now we shall discuss religious life of the early Vedic period. People were very religious. They worshipped the forces of nature like Surya, Vayu, Varun, and Indra. Indra was the god of rain. People worshipped in open. There was no idol worship. The people were very open-minded. They have no complexity in the mind, so they were very good religious persons. Now recreation, people recreated themselves through dice, dance, music. On special occasions, during festivals, they take intoxicating drinks like soma and sura, but most people avoid this. Now we shall discuss the after early Vedic period, later Vedic periods, political life. Now the king, Rajans became more powerful. They now used to perform Ashwamedh Yajna. Rajsui Yajna was Pei Yajna to be more powerful. Ashwamedh Yajna was performed when a horse was left to run as far as the horse can run. If during the 1 year the horse was returned unchallenged, the king was called the mightiest. Now king was all the powerful, and Bali, which was voluntary donation by the people, now became compulsory and regular tax given to the king. Now social life in later Vedic period changed. Now we see that Brahmins were not so powerful. Now the king, Kshatriya, became more powerful in the society. Although the priests were performing the work of Purohiti in Ashwamedh Yajna, Vajpayee Yajna, Rajsui Yajna, their demand was very influencing. Nevertheless, the king was most powerful in the family, but there was untouchability. Untouchability means feeling low opinion for the lower caste. We see in the Mahabharata period, Eklavya. Eklavya and Arjuna was two disciples of Guru Dronacharya. Guru Dronacharya gave education to Arjuna, but he refused to give education to Eklavya due to untouchable. He was untouchable person. But Eklavya was determined to be a great archer, to be a great in archery. He practiced great by making the idol of Guru Dronacharya, and with time he became the most great archer of the world. As soon as Guru Dronacharya listened about the great feats of Eklavya in archery, he called him and demanded for right thumb of his right hand, so that he may not become a great archer than Arjuna. So we see that untouchability was creeping into the society. And economic position, we see that during later Vedic period, agriculture was the main occupation. People also domesticated animals like cows, bulls, oxes, horses, and others. They also expert in chariot racing. They also expert in other crafts. Iron smiths were in great demand as they were expert in making arrow, spearheads, and these are used in wars. So we see that iron smiths were in great demand during this period. Religious life was that now people started to worship idol. Now idol worship became prominent, and people also started to give sacrifices to God, like Ashmed Jug, Vajpayee Jug, and Rasui Jug were performed. Thank you. For the next period,